Okay, day 236. This is part one. First of all, I heard the Majority Whip Scalise was shot this morning, which I think is horrible. And again, anyone advocating violence, when our founders went to the trouble of creating a democracy for free debate, needs to be reprehensibly dealt with by our criminal justice system. That's absolutely ridiculous that anyone would shoot a representative of our government. That is ridiculous. Secondly, so my thoughts go out to him and his family and the other members of Congress that may be affected. Secondly, I'm heading to Clarksburg, West Virginia. The reason, of course, is that's where the biometric center is for the FBI as well. It used to be the old fingerprint lab, and it's also kind of the new center for I would call pervasive surveillance. And so there are people that we won't be able to talk to today, but there are people, scientists working in the program, who are doing exactly what I've been saying in this series, combining geospatial data, combining social media data, and combining more the traditional NSA type signal intelligence together into a kind of a pervasive surveillance system. Basically not just monitoring your phone calls and texts of every American, collect it all, they used to call that, but this is monitor you 7 by 24. So this is the final, 1984. Now a lot of people have commented, this is a real 1984. George is Winston. Yeah, I'm just missing the beautiful girl. Well, I had it for a while in Canada, but I lost that. So anyway, that's really the reason I'm going to Clarksburg. And the way I compare it is all your phone calls and so forth are being collected in Utah, Bluffdale, Utah, and Evan McMullen runs that operation out there in Utah. And the operation here is run more by McCabe. Now, one of the things that I compare this to is kind of like, remember when you were a little kid with sunlight and a magnifying glass, and you could concentrate the sunlight, and little boys would do this, burn the ants every once in a while, and you go, oh my gosh, or start a piece of paper on fire. And it really is the same idea with counterintelligence. Counterintelligence programs have been around for a lot since the days of Queen Elizabeth and Walsingham, so this isn't new. You want to always find out who's plotting against the king and then take them out, poison them, or push them in front of a carriage or something like that. So the counterintelligence is not new. What is new is using information as a weapon in counterintelligence. So if you think of the sunlight being all the stuff, the potential energy stored in Utah, and then this, where I'm going, is Clarksburg, is where it's all focused, like the magnifying glass. And you can focus that on different opponents that you perceive in the society. And the beautiful thing about it is it's action at a distance. It's kind of invisible. It's not like going to somebody's house and dragging them out in the street and beating them and being very obvious about it. And the other thing is it can be focused from a high area. It can be anywhere on the web. You can have this kind of center of operations to take out dissidents. Now, if it's directed at terrorists, which we clearly saw in the 28 pages of the Saudi documents, we did everything we could to protect the terrorists, much like the Awan brothers now. And it's really being focused on the Gary Webbs and the Michael Ruperts and so forth. And believe it or not, in the end, you're going to find out I get to be in that bowl of deplorables, along with a lot of other Americans that don't realize they're already in it. So, going to the magnifying glass today. Someday I'll go get out to Bluffdale, Utah, and show you the sunlight collector, the big sun ray collector of all the information out in Utah. But those are the two key concepts for this morning. Again, my thoughts and prayers go out to the Scalise family and anyone else who might have been injured in this reprehensible attack this morning.